Yo, what's up, gang? Been a minute, about 9 days since I've been live. We back in action today. Uh, I was in the crib, telling myself, miss y'all, the best y'all life. I was watching something about Hitler. The streamer was reacting to it, so we're gonna watch he reading and reacting to the book, and me reacting to it. The shit I normally do in life when I'm not replaying. I got a worse replays in history. And I will put money on that.
Upon the use of ways for converting our sufferings and handicaps
We don't hear.
into a good
Look for the
our suffering and handicaps into a
most.
good. But capitalism is based upon the prosperity of acquisitions, the only scheme of value, in fact, by which its proliferating store of gadgets could be sold insofar as capitalism does not get so drastically in its own way that it can't sell its gadgets even after it has trained people to feel that human dignity, the higher standard of living, could be attained only by such vast private accumulation. This was written in 19 what was it 33? And this shit is even true to today. How nowadays people feel like they're nothing unless they have this much money or this much status or they have acquired these physical things or materialistic things. And that he's talking about that being a side effect of capitalism. Noticing this back in the 1930s, and it has only gotten worse. Shit, 2020s. It's almost 100 years later. Basically, motherfucker dissing religion. No, he's. Wasn't the point of this? Nothing is dissing anything. It's a rhetorical analysis. It's a criticism. It's analyzing something. So, it's analyzing what it is, what it does, and how it does it.
Quick overview. He breaking down Hitler's analysis, Kenneth Burst analysis of Hitler's book. So like Hitler low he cars and give like basically some secret, not secrets out there, some he methods of inspiring people to do what they do, how he made them seem unitized, why he wanted to do that, all these things so far it was seen, but
People so used to fluff because people have writing goals, but they're not passionate when you mix it. And also, a lot of times, even the content creators, they are so people y'all so fucking desensitized to fluff because nobody's even trying to do things for quality anymore. It's about fucking money and again what we talked about here. All right, what doesn't make sense, Chad? What doesn't make sense out of everything that I just read from this bit to that bit? That point when religion hits is the reason Western religion has such a brainwashing effect on.
bruh, alright, y'all missed this part. This was like right before he started live. But alright, let me see. Go down to the bottom left where it got the seventh line, seventh last line. Start religion. Religion is based upon the prosperity of poverty, upon the use of ways for converting our suffering and handicaps into a good. Capitalism is based upon prosperity acquisitions, the only scheme of value in which by which is proliferating store of gadgets could be sold. Insofar as capitalism does not get so drastically in its own way that it can't sell. Go back to pros- the prosperity of poverty. Like, I don't want to get too deep in it because people's feelings, but basically, well, fuck your feelings. Basically, poverty is saying we all come. Religion is saying where we come together. But what's unified the religion? The religion is a gathering of people who believe or follow these same set of rules or traditions. And all basis, there's like the basis of every religion. So, but what was really unifying most religious people? God, a prophet, um, deities, fear of the devil, all these things in a land where folk technology and better comforts, religion was the best answer for things we like. We didn't even have like back in like Roman days, like enough people couldn't even like live past 30 because of the medical conditions. But all that possible, no. We got like whole different comforts. We got like whole different comforts that we can um benefit no that they can benefit them. And so a god or deity or some form of religion was their answer then go to of being the solution. So that would mean basically when it's a prosperity of poverty. Like mainly like king, queen, them used to have more of a comfortable life, but them used to they would tell they would um guide the people. However, they would guide the people. They would guide the people, in that they would allow religion to flourish if it didn't interact with it, or they might even be a part of the religion. As in like following it, but that would come into terms of more of upbringing, traditions. You follow them just because you say you have to or you believe them. Whether you believe it or not, you be following those traditions.
My Africans, they knew poverty would only fortify belief. Again, talking about you know, converting sufferings and handicaps into a good, you know, frame. That's what he meant, a good frame or a good perspective. You know, or I must be. That's why a lot of people turn to the New Age spirituality over the last 2 to 3 years and conspiracy theorists because it's an escape. You can convert your suffering and whatever is going on or a handicap or whatever in life, you can convert it and point it at something else. You know what? They must be drinking blood and drinking this and doing that because that's why I'm broke or I'm poor. That's why, um, this is that. Too much shit to remember off the top. What are you talking about? For you? Come on, man. Keep up. Keep up or drown. And if you're drowning, that's cool. We throwing floaties out here. I'm trying to throw floaties in the water. I ain't blaming the Jews. It's just like that. Oh God, somebody talked about that. Like where it's like okay, your marriage failed, and listen, I stand against the enemy of controlling what people say and telling them what they can and cannot do. That's what I stand against. Now I still believe you can say some dumbass shit and fucking express some dumbass shit and be called out for it, or if it's offensive and not even not saying it because it's offensive, but because like you know what I'm saying. In the whole process of communication and solving conflict, I'm for that. Why? Because it allows for openness and true, genuine expression. When you start telling people don't say this and you can't say that, the real snakes and wolves of society only adapt. You mute Andrew Tate, you mute Kanye, you mute this or mute that.
Facts.
The true snakes and the
People
wolves
see that.
notice shit like that and say, you know what? They're not gonna say, okay, this is wrong, we shouldn't do it. They're gonna say, I agree with
I
him
agree with
secretly,
that, and
and
I
I
ain't gonna
should
let y'all know unless I want y'all to know.
do it a little bit safer, or do
And
it in certain
I can
circumstances, or
sneak
talk about
around
it. You
and
know what
do
I'm
what
saying?
is I want to do or believe
Because
in.
they're foxes. They're cunning. They're not the wolves. They're not the ones who if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be openly wrong. I respect that. You be openly dumb as fuck, be openly wrong, be openly offensive. I'll take I'll take I'll take a wolf in my face versus a snake in the grass. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
Straight like that.
So, but that's a whole nother comment. That's probably like no bullshit, Chen. I be having thoughts about shit like this all the time, talking about like and criticizing people talk about people always talk about cancel culture on a surface level. Oh, don't you want to cancel people? You want to cancel people? You want to cancel people? But they don't really dissect on this type of material level the true dangers of cancel culture, or they are so obsessed with their superficial reasons of why cancel culture is dangerous that they lose all critical thinking when it comes to the bigger picture or the end goal of having an openly expressing and authentic society, right? It's not okay. He should be able to say what he should say. Fuck how you feel, because feelings don't matter. No, it's because true authenticity and honesty should be prevailed before. Like again, like I say, I prefer real hate over fake love. I mean, ultimately, right? Ideally, real love, right? But don't give me fake. Don't give me fake love. I'd rather you're want to cancel people. You want to cancel people. You want to cancel people. But they don't really dissect on this type of material level the true dangers of cancel culture, or they are so obsessed with their superficial reasons of why cancel culture is dangerous that they lose all critical thinking when it comes to the bigger picture or the end goal of having an openly expressing and authentic society, right? It's not okay. He should be able to say what he should say. Fuck how you feel, because feelings don't matter. No, it's because true authenticity and honesty should be prevailed before. Like again, like I say, I prefer real hate over fake love. I mean, ultimately, right? Ideally, real love, right? But don't give me fake. Don't give me fake love. I'd rather your real hate, because at least it's real. At least it's. I can. At least it's real. At least it's true to you. It's much easier to deal with real hate than it is fake love, because there's so much manipulation in it, so much undercover agendas and tactics, and just the cunningness and foxiness and the snakiness of it in and of itself is so malicious that that's the true problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But again, let's get. Are you ready to? Are you ready to move on, Chad? Or was still some things there that's like confusing in this part? I'm gonna dissect these paragraphs by myself. I don't know. I'm kind of like just reading this and just getting it now. Like think about it sentence by sentence. There was a word in here I had to look up. So you can look up words. Um, you can go research things. Like maybe somebody in here didn't know what Mecca was, or they wouldn't have understood the. And this is the other thing. This is what you realize. The more you read, the more shit like this makes sense to you normally, like naturally. So like when he mentioned pragmatism, a panacea, a panacea. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Like there are certain things that I've already been exposed to in other books or concepts in other books. Like if I never knew anything about Islam, I wouldn't even know what he was talking about.
With the
If
Mecca.
you know,
Right. If you missed
like
if you missed it earlier, Mecca is the Holy Land in Muslim is the birthplace of who named him? Muhammad, right? Muhammad. So it's like the Holy Land.
and he even mentions another writer here. Hold on, let me go back. For as Russell pointed out years ago, an important blank. He's referencing another writer. So a lot of this deep shit, just like you gotta just get in it. Like you just gotta like. So the more you are into it, the more it'll be less like blowing my mind. Like a lot of shit is not blowing my mind away. A lot of I just really appreciate his craft and how well he put this together. This rhetorical analysis. And because of the concepts that are here and shit I think about and shit that makes sense to me, I'm not like super confused. You know what I'm saying? relativistic thing.
If y'all have a
It
question,
was
just
a
ask.
thing subject.
Any
So,
comments
yeah.
if you missed it live?
He'd say I went Fortnite games 101. Russell Patron, Russell the philosopher. I wouldn't know for sure. It's probably like a foreword or something like that, where he mentions who exactly he's addressing. You can probably just look it up, type in Russell, and then type in the quote or the what he just mentioned. But chat, should we keep moving, or is there still something confusing here? You just talk about capitalism and religion, and it was so accurate. It was so accurate, especially on that one of the gadgets of capitalism. Acquiring the acquisition of wealth and vast private. Oh my God, higher standard of living. Oh my God. Oh my God. Keep on mind. Keep on mind. On mind. Hitler was a capitalist. Keep in mind. So Hitler was a capitalist. Is that what you're saying? All right, let's just keep reading. So we have as unifying step number 1, the international devil materialized. So this was just one. You see this point right here, right? So as you keep reading and reading and reading, there were 2. I think there were 3 in total, if I remember. So this is the 3rd one. Yeah, there were 3 in total that he went down. So what you gonna do? What you gonna keep? Let's see. Let's keep going. Where are we at? Okay. So we have as unifying step number 1, the international devil materialized in the visible, point-toable form of people with a certain kind of blood, a burlesque contemporary neo-positivism ideal of meaning, which insists upon a material reference. So it's basically talking about like he painted the picture of the perfect race or the bad race, the enemy. No, excuse me, because even on top of that he went with the perfect race, so they're probably about to talk about that next. But he said, this is the enemy, they look like, it's in their blood, they were born this way, they're naturally evil. We are naturally good. This similar to what? And this is why Mein Kampf inspired a lot of the shit that happened in America, because they did the same thing with what? Black people, African Americans, people of darker complexion. Oh, they're darker, they're less intelligent. This was literally the shit that they wrote. Like, oh, these such Negroid, less intelligent, blah blah blah. Their DNA is geared towards violence and this. And look at these, like they just really like painted that enemy. And this is why a lot of racists have these beliefs and these principles and ideas. It comes from the whole preset character that they put down, the whole preset that they made believe. So keep going. Once Hitler has thus essentialized his enemy, all proof henceforth is automatic. If you point out the enormous amount of evidence to show that the Jewish worker is at odds with the international Jew stock exchange capitalist, Hitler replies with 100% regularity. That is one more indication of the cunning with which the Jewish plot is being engineered. Or would you point to Aryans who do the same as conspirational Jews? Very well, that is the proof that the Aryan has been seduced by the Jew. So then blaming, oh my God. So even you already painted the picture of the enemy, and then you painted this victim or this, and now you're saying we have these problems, but it's not because of us. It's because of those who are born naturally evil. So like that justification, it just again, painting that enemy, pointing the finger, and then walking away from all accountability and saying, you know what, it's not your fault. It's not in your responsibility, accountability, own sense of choice. No, God forbid that. But they were born that way and they got us. They did this to us. So again, giving people, this is again, chat. This is a part of the peninsula. I hope I'm not saying that wrong. The peninsula, that medicine, that cure for the ailments or the snake oil, which he's giving to the people and saying, this medicine will make you feel better. This framing, this framing of the picture is making it feel better. Can y'all name? Let's look at the modern one. The chat. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. What is a modern? And that's the hint. Example of this.
Corona.
What is a modern?
Yeah.
A lot of parallels to life now.
Red pill too.
Modern woman, female nature, red pill.
Yeah, red pill too.
Right? And you know what? It's not your fault. Man, did Instagram and did this, and modern woman is just so blah blah blah, and this happened because of that, and this is that, and that. So what are you doing? How are you creating a solution to the situation, or how are you preventing it from happening, or are you framing the problem and freeing all accountability, responsibility, and action?
When you think about it,
using that common enemy.
When they really
build up
think about it, the media uses like every day to present a narrative. They don't give you all the information. They must leave you to connect the dots yourself. Which in life you should be able to connect dots, but how some people might do it is like leave out certain information which leads you to connect dots and skip a dot. If you get what I'm saying.
Because same about
it's like even when you tell somebody a story, like some people would tell you certain, like how some people would tell you certain parts, leave out the rest, and just let you guess the rest.
Black pill too. Split. Not listen. Black pill even deeper than red pill, because red pill is one thing. The black pill, the whole, super statistical, and the top 10% of men only get to 90% of women.
Yeah,
and
y'all niggas be wild.
Ugly, short, and broke, you'll never have a chance with this kind of woman.
Bro,
on social media, that's their way of framing.
Bro, these niggas got like
reality of them, not getting women or have successful women based on their results using social media. The part I didn't like what they did, even if let's say that's accurate, from using dating websites and you won't get this many swipes compared to a woman of the same attractiveness. You're trying to use, like, context matters. You're trying to use a social media platform, a face on a screen, and a human decision made on your face on a screen and words on a screen, and trying to say, well, it's the same exact thing, or you would have the same exact result if it were in real life, human to human, like face to face. I mean, do we really think that? Like, even if you do, right? I'm not even trying to just use anecdotal evidence here. There are a lot of women who let's say you might never have this light shine a day on Instagram or social media. I'll even have a specific example. I remember this girl was super like bougie on social media, and just was like, a lot of followers, a lot of clout, a lot of status. We ended up working at like the same mall, same job, and she ended up being obsessed with me. I didn't have no chance over social media. It was this whole bougie persona and all this over social media. And in real life, though, in person, ended up being obsessed with me. And that's my foundation for.
Yeah, hello. You good? Hello? Yeah, hello. Yo. Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I'm back, chat. Sorry about that. I had a call.
Why that is the bull that whole shit is bullshit. Because yes, she may look at you and make a quick swipe this away or like I like it or I don't like it, but she wouldn't. The only other situation she may literally do that in is, let's say you immediately approach her and you don't know how to talk to a person, so you have no type of communication skills or emotional intelligence or social competency. So now that also might have came from you overusing social media and over watching porn and all these other things. I don't want to blame these things, but you chose to do those things and they affected you. They impacted you in those ways. Now you go try to talk to her. She's experiencing this dog shit summation of all these things you experienced and went through, and now she's like, I'm okay.
Yeah, hello?
And you blame it on a common enemy. It must be the money.
Yo, you hear me now? You hear hello? You hear me now? Yeah. Huh? Nah. I did hear streaming. Streaming. Live streaming. Nah. I'm back, chat. Where was I? Where was I? Where was I?
Money, the status, this. They just want too much. To fuck them. Fuck that. I'm me. Fuck them. They need to blah 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 blah. Fuck them. You know what I'm saying? And not realizing that it's in person. Yes, yes. Excuse me. There is pretty privilege for women and handsome privilege for men. That doesn't take away from a less attractive person's ability to make an impact on another human being. Or you don't have a lot of money or a lot of status or the body type or the physical type. Guess what? And I'm telling you, and the thing I hate most about these dudes is that their vocabulary is so limited they can never look at specific aspects of something. For example, if I sit here and said you can take an equally famous man as Prince or I don't want to say Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was like a superstar. Like Prince was a superstar too, but Michael Jackson was like one of a lifetime. So was Prince, but Michael Jackson was like literally like super top, super top star, right? I said to say, you take take Prince, right? And you'd be like, okay, he was short, he had looks, and he didn't have muscles. He was not super masculine on a personative. Why did he probably get more women and have more women falling over him than a man? Excuse me, than a man who has equal. I need some water. Than a man who has equal status, equal money, is taller, and is more physically masculine. So even if we take the same factors, which they always blame, oh, he got the woman liked him because he was famous. Oh, the woman liked him because he had money. Oh, the woman liked him. Okay, so take a man of like around his status or equal status, money and all that, and let's say the other guy's attractive too. Why is he more seductive? See, they can't. Their vocabulary is so limited that when everything gets framed within that structure. Oh, it must have been the status. It must have been the money. It must have been the looks. It must have been what else, chat? Those are the main three things, right? If y'all can think of anything else, say it.
Money, status, looks, height. No, height fits in the
You
looks.
feel me? And then guess what? In the context of a Tinder account, that may make sense. That may make sense.
On paper.
I'll be cracking my wrist. But that may make sense on social media, where she's literally looking at you like
reality is
like a resume instead of like a human one-on-one interaction. Damn, it's looking like Black Hill is a slow, suffocating death of total loss. I had a debate with one of those dudes, right? And I really talked about it, and we even went into like the shift in male virginity from like 2008 to now, and like social media, the boom of social media during those years, and I beat him in that debate about it. And then when it came to it, like their hardest thing is like the hardest where the debate is the roughest at its roughest point, chat, is where dudes be like, a short and ugly dude would never had a chance with a 10. You know what I'm saying? Short, broken, ugly dude never had a chance with a 10. And it's like, yo, and it's like that's the main pivotal point in all these debates, because they are so firm in that it's like, yo, can I just find a guy who's short, not the best looking, and makes less money than the woman he's with, or is like kind of broke, and still bag the bad bitch? Do y'all think it would be super hard to find that? Do y'all think, like, see, I know from like literally real life, there are a lot of short, ugly, broke niggas that fuck bitches. Nice bitches, bad bitches. Right? But if you are competing in the atmosphere of Instagram or Tinder, you might not have a chance.
Compete in the real world.
Cap, listen. Am I literally joking, chat? Am I making this? Is this impossible? And when you say how, guess what that says about you? You believe a woman can only be attracted to, or the deciding element in your chance with her, is it how you look, how much you make, and your physical, like body height and things like that. So when I say, okay, this guy's short, ugly, and broke, you're like, well, he's done. He's no thing. There's nothing else she could be attracted to. That's what you're saying. When you say there's no woman that likes a guy who's short, ugly, and fat, like, right. So that's the physical element. All you're saying is that she can only be attracted to physical look, physical body, his handsomeness, like his overall attractiveness, and his money. Or status. Like, he has no status, so obviously that's assumed because he's broke, short, and ugly. But that's what you're adding to it. Does that make sense, chat? Did I get y'all with that? Did I get y'all with that? So for the dudes that said cap and the dudes that said how, the real question is, how are these the only four things a reason a woman could like a man? She said yes. Okay, plugged up, smart enough to say no. Now, guess what? The answer is yes in the context of social media, because that's the only thing she can see, which is why those dudes suffer the most. Short, ugly, and no status, and broke. Because on social media, that's the four heaviest weight things. Does he look like he got money or does he look broke? Does he have a lot of followers or a low amount of followers? He looks tall and short. Look at his body. Look how strong he is. Look at his face. Look at his things. His looks. His overall whatever. That's the only thing she can get from you on social media. Right? She can't tell. She can't unless depending on the way you orient your account or put things together on your account. Maybe she can get a vibe of who you are, how you are as a person, but in real life, it's more than that. It's more to that. Like dating is not that superficial. Again, if you have those four things to what she wants, you have a higher advantage or a higher chance of getting her. But that's not the only reason a woman can even like you. You see what I'm saying? Men got no leverage on social media. That's cap. That's cap. You can leverage a lot of things on social media. Dudes do it all the time. Just the thing is though, you add a whole when you lose the element of a mouthpiece, of charisma, and like knowing what to say as a man that moves people and influences how they feel about you. You never had that in real life over text, writing a note, you never had that to begin with. Now you can't even at least keep that. And we talked about how powerful that was. We took a mouthpiece. We took a sentence that came from a dude with a mouthpiece, gave it to Chibu, and that shit worked on bad ass bitches, bitches with clout, nice ass chicks that other niggas couldn't get because of the mouthpiece part, and it was on the DM. I hate using social media for shit like that. Why? Because I'm like, I just don't. Me personally, as a person, I don't really trust it. But I came up with that line to help out Chibu. You know what Chibu is? Chibu my God. Chibu my motherfucking God. Chibu, right? But for most dudes, they would look at it like, oh, he never had. He don't really got a chance with women. I mean, I guess a little bit of clout or whatever. But you know, Chibu's big. You know, like you don't look at Chibu and be like, oh, that's Trey Songz. You feel what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean that women won't like him. Like I'm not even gonna show Chibu. Like that's actually a pause. But people, when you only get women or only think the ways to get women and attract a woman is those four qualities, when you take those away from a man, you think he has no chance with a woman. That's why their whole argument is founded on that. What? He's short, broke, ugly, and fat? Nope, he can never get her because that's the only things women like. And if you're not tall, if you're not strong and physically fit, and you're not handsome, and you don't got money or status, she'll never like you. There's nothing else she can see in you as a man. Really? I mean, if you still disagree with me, if you still on the other side, I would love to hear where and why your opinion stands. And again, I only make this point to say, I'm not delusional. I don't say, man, if you don't have those four things, you can get them all like nothing matters. No, you are going to get because there's literally people or women who will look at you and be like, you can't even get the chance. Again, except, but this is more rare, so I'm not even going to talk about this. Except those men who work on their mouthpiece enough. And what do I mean by mouthpiece? Understanding people and how to deal with them enough to influence them. And why do I say that? Why do I say that, chat? Because as humans, especially from a man to a woman is very emotional. She makes a lot of her decisions through emotion. Emotions change, feelings change, and they can be changed. if you make the right movements, or do not movements, not physical movements, but you move the emotions, you change what influence the decision. But again, you just go up to her and you say something and it already ends the conversation before it starts, or she already was like predisposed to it, and you can't just say, okay, I'm like, all right, this guy's like made me laugh, he made me smile, he made me feel good. Like, okay, I give him a chance. Like, all right. I just find it insane when, like, how on one side of the argument people will be like, no, if you're short, ugly, broke, or fat, or something like that, or you ain't got no status, nothing like that, you you won't have a chance with a woman. But then on another end, it's like this common complaint that women just get pregnant by random bums. Like, keep getting pregnant by bums. Both, isn't that like the opposite? How is the complaint that I'm high value and I'm this and I'm entitled to that, and you only want high value men, but then you are choosing non high value men? Isn't that like how is on one argument you have no chance if you're this, and then those are the dudes that are fucking knocking shit down, or getting chances or producing the result? I'm just curious about that. I wonder what the bailout would be for that statement. That stuff is all internet. In real life, there's so many factors. That's what I'm saying. And I'm intelligent enough to know that, yes, if you're tall, if you are generally a very handsome person or attractive person, if you have a lot of money, you have a lot of status. Oh my God, I just realized something, chat. When dudes say this, all right, never mind, never mind. I'm not even gonna say that yet. I'm not gonna say that yet. But I'm intelligent enough to acknowledge the fact that, yes, if you have all these things in your advantage, you will have access to more options. Does that get listen? And this is where these dudes lose.
I agree with this part. Is being a good choice not always being a good choice? You gonna pick the host that random? Are you gonna pick the host? Are you gonna pick the Marshall? Are you gonna just pick a host that ain't got cracked windows, broken windows, cracks visible on the outside and inside, no Wi-Fi? You got installed plumbing or walked onto the well, bruh. You gonna pick that? Or you gonna pick something that more tolerable and comfortable and easy to live on? Even my own profession fit is always say humans follow the path of least resistance. So if you make it look good on paper outside, if you make the outside look good, people gonna be attracted to that. Cause man, woman, we all believe what we see first, then form our own opinions off of that. If the inside is as good as the exterior, the outside, we not finna stay. And if you see the inside is better looking than the outside, like if you could see my house, like outside and painted, the inside got everything here decorated, the curtains, Christmas. You see this here, the chairs, all that here. It's comfortable to be in. Like, it might not look like much on the outside, but it's a good house, well decorated, warm, it's comfortable. The more you can answer.
You will have access to more options. But what is a win there? Is it having the chance to take her on a date or get her number, or is it fucking? Is it we create a healthy, holistic family? What is the goal? I'll make this example. Let's say I go 1 for 100. I'm so ugly, short, broke, and whatever. I only get one out of every 100 women, or one out of every 500, and I get that one. And with that one, we get married, we have kids, we live our life together happily. Again, we're not talking about how much money they make or their status. We're just talking about the overall success of their family and them being together and being healthy and good for each other, right? No matter how each of them look or whatever the case may be, because a bad bitch does not make a valuable woman. Again, I got that out of my 1 for 500. You get every 200 out of 500 women you go at. So you got all these options. You getting access to all these different options. But in the long term, are they producing any results? And that's where I also would denounce that part of like, okay, yes, you have all these qualities working in your favor, but what is more important here? Do you just want a bunch of options for the sake of, oh my God, I got bad bitches, I'm important, I got money, they love me, I'm a man because women, pure beautiful women like me, and I get to use that to place that on another man.
Actual value.
Or that I have sustainable, healthy relationships in my life, and I'm happy. I don't feel like I'm missing nothing. You know what I mean? Most women are horny, bro. They're not thinking he's smart. Most of us think with the pussy first, bro. I listen. This is the thing. You know why I don't complain about hoes? I don't. Why would I complain about? You know why I don't complain about hoes? I don't complain about things I deal with. Like I don't. Like if I'm. Does that make sense, Chad? So this dude talking about, man, most women harmony and fuck these bitches about. How you gonna say that and then go get and be with a woman like that? That don't make sense to me. No, I don't have to complain about women and do that shit. Because I deal with women who make me happy. Not make me happy. I deal with women who add to the happiness of my life, who add a quality or some type of value to my life, honor or care or stuff like that. So I think, man, these bitches, blah, blah, blah. And I know a lot of them are. Same shit for dudes. They got a lot of dudes that do a lot of grimy shit. I put it on the character of the person. And these, man, fuck that and all that. I don't gotta complain about no shit like that because I know if I spot some shit like that, she ain't gonna get nowhere with me. Right, it's easier for me to change than to complain and hope women will change. Come on, man. See, that's the comment right there. That's the comment right there. It's easier for me to change than to complain and hope women will change. And again, I remember being on a Pineapple show and I was talking to that one woman and she was like, I've been in 3 different relationships and got cheated on all 3 times. And I said, you know, ma'am, I would say the same thing if it was a guy and he got cheated on by 3 different women. You have to take some accountability here. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I saying accountability for somebody else lying to you and cheating on you? No. Maybe you're gullible. Maybe you believe people too easily. Let's be honest. Because you got somebody else who has been in 3 relationships and never been cheated on. I'm just saying. Like, so, like you are. Life is 95% of what you choose, or what you decide, and 5% of what happens to you. And I just cannot sit there and believe that the same thing happens 3 times in a row, and I am not somehow at fault. I am not somehow helping this reality come true. There's no way I can believe that. It's no way. You know what the easiest thing to do? The easiest thing to do is complain that, oh man, bitches ain't shit, or dudes ain't shit if I'm a woman, and do that. Because I can just be the same person I am and just God forbid I become a person who attracts quality people of quality of character and quality of heart, rather than those. My fucking boy Decisive, man, my dog. What's good, gang? How you been? Right. Yearning over uncontrollable factors. But again, why do people yearn over uncontrollable factors? It's a medicine. It's a distraction. It's an illusion. It's a drug. It makes me feel better temporarily. It never solves the issue. That's the problem. Are you following me? Like, Chad, this I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna open it back up, right? It's the snake oil. Exactly. Helps you change your mind, open your eyes. So, and that again, that's why when I came in doing this shit, bro, people even do that with spiritual channels, not just dating advice channels. They just talk and complain about the problem. They never even get to what you can do about it and change it. Like I said, when I saw dudes being awkward women, and not having any game, I made videos addressing hundreds of topics and addressing it and getting specific and breaking shit down. Saying, all right, here's what you need to know. Here's what you can do. I didn't say, like, I put the entertainment factor in there of like, dog, this limp is so down bad, and man, she acting crazy. Her ego is through the roof. But I talked about it in an objective way, right? Then that just comes from the fact that I'm not a complainer. I'm not a fucking. I'm gonna sit here and say, what can I change and do to make the situation better? And I'm gonna give that to y'all. You got so many people, even on the spiritual side or the dating coach side, where they'll be like, "I'm good, Brody. Hope you don't want to." No, real shit. No, you definitely gotta hop on the car, bro. You, me, and Coco on the bullshit. So,
Yo,
people will
gang.
do that because change and accountability and responsibility. Chat. People will literally swallow.
Yo, gang. You on?
If you had a pill that had every drug in it on the fucking planet Earth, people would rather swallow that pill. Let's say, no, fuck it. People would rather swallow a pill that has a 70% chance of killing them than taking accountability.
Huh? You want to check my status?
But guess what? You can meet certain people who embrace responsibility, embrace humility, embrace
CID stream, gang.
like accountability.
It's a say hi to the stream.
Bro. Notice that.
Yeah, you good.
Notice that.
Soon done, I was here reacting to shit.
I'm not saying victims.
Well,
like, oh, it's my
all right, wait. When I hit an hour is when it going.
But I'm talking about accountability, responsibility.
When I hit an hour is when it going off.
Like even
right,
like no, because being a victim, I guess that is a form of accountability. Like, but it's just where are you going with it? It's just beating yourself up. Like you ain't doing nothing with that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Chad, what's y'all thoughts on that whole like because a lot of y'all again, I remember I was about to have a discussion with Young Don on Sneako Stream about it. And I was getting into it. He's like, so you know, it's be the same thing when people talk about that. Like, so short, broke, ugly dude, fat has a chance. Can get women, or like blah blah blah, can get a bad woman. And I'm like, and I can sit there and really understand why the answer is yes. But when you only quantify a man's chances of getting a woman with those 4 factors, which are factors that matter. But remember, we made a chart, a pie chart. How much do they matter? In the context of social media, a lot. In real life, they matter, but not as much as that person's overall, you know, psychology and how they feel. You can impact that, influence that a lot more than a screenshot of your face can on an Instagram picture. I mean, I would like to think so. Is that a crazy thought, chat? Kids be so. I appreciate the 5 months, baby. I remember that. I remember the gang. I appreciate that, Birdie. All right, chat. Should we keep reading or should we keep reading? Should we keep going? What's been our only in your relationship? Because when secure pussy, if they have options, they will not be in a relationship simply. You can believe that. But some men are truly monogamous at heart. Like even you could say they have all the status and options in the world. And they could get other women. Some men just truly want one woman and want a family, and they just want to do that. It's not. Listen, me personally, I'm not saying that's my agreement, but yes. Fucked up with Tyler's cap, but alright. Are you a man in that situation? Do you know men in those situations? Have you met men in those situations? I didn't think so. I'll wait to answer no. And I'm talking about the man who has options, can fuck with other bitches if he wants to, and still chooses not to. Has options and still chooses not to. I'll admit, most of the men I know who have a lot of options and are used to options, when they try to be monogamous or get in a relationship and they try to do that one-on-one shit, they get overwhelmed and consumed by their options. Which is why lust is truly a vice, bro. It truly is. Because then it's so sad. I ain't gonna say fucking sad. Oh my god. But like, it's fucked up because like them dudes. Oh, I love my woman. I care about her. But like, I just be fucking other bitches, and she, from a woman's standpoint, can't really understand that. Or like, he's a cheater. He's a liar. He's this and that. So it gets so muddy. But I don't know. Men think differently. Women think differently. I just feel like what you tell a person and what you say, what y'all agree on, uphold that. If you as a man or you as a woman and or two people in a relationship come together and say, we are exclusive, that's a contract. That's an agreement. So fuck what's in my nature or your nature. Are you upholding that agreement? And if you don't make that agreement, if your agreement is differently, then so be it. And when I thought of it like that, I started to learn like some women will truly accept the fact that okay, he doesn't want to be in a relationship right now, or he's more focused on his craft and his grind, or that doesn't mean he's desperate and lusting. He just wants to fuck me, or if sex is everything to him, and you know what I'm saying. But my whole thing is if you agree on that, stand on your word. Fuck if you naturally monogamous. If you agree on that and y'all exclusivity, stand on your word. That's what that's about to me. Real shit. Physics, philosophy, literary form, studies, action. Kinneberg, straight go, man. This conversation can go on for decades. Let's read some. All right, bet. Plugged off the perk. You are regurgitation. You are just straight regurgitating internet philosophy. So we have as unifying step. Blah. We read this. All right, here it is. The sexual symbolism that runs through Hitler's book, Lying in Wait to Draw Upon the Responses of Contemporary Sexual Values, is easily characterized. Germany in dispersion is the dehorned Siegfried. The masses are feminine. As such, they desire to be led by a dominating male. This male, as orator, who woos them, and when he has, has won them, he commands them. The rival male, the villainous Jew, would on the contrary seduce them. If he succeeds, he poisons their blood by intermingling with them. Now, outside of Kenneth Burke's critical analysis of the book, right? Remember when I talked to y'all about dominance and femininity and seduction?
It was.
Remember we had that discussion?
A character across on my right. In Millie Marnie, sprinkles all opposite Millie's beach.
And when I say, truly, in order to be fully seductive, seduction is not for all men.
So I pulled to your left, and
there's a certain amount of femininity which is in seduction.
Yes.
It's not for all men. Some men are more on the other spectrum of things. This literally just brought that back up. So this is crazy, bro.
I read that about that. But about the club?
No, I'm saying. All right, as they such desire, beloved, if he succeeds, he poisons their blood by intermingling with them.
It just sleep before they
Jesus Christ.
I get home.
Whereupon he purely associative.
I swear I gotta be luckiest person. But as it happened, like these Asian people come asking me, but the first start recording, "Wait, this your car, bro? Is your car?" Or the way I don't know the Asian. This your car, bro? This your car, bro? You okay? But before they asked me if I was okay to put the camera with the spotlight in my face. I don't know if they're recording, but I assume they're recording. Hello. So back to my story. So after the car lose control and skid almost put me in the beach, I corrected, went back on my city road. And when I get on my city road, the water still there. So then I lose control again, called ear in a tag. So when ear, the one tag on float, then the rest got traction, so everything just skate, lose control. From there, it hit the sidewalk, jump up on the sidewalk. No, from there, it hit the sidewalk. It was gonna go straight in the bushes, but then um, um, so as it turning in the air while it jump up on the sidewalk, hit the pole, a wooden pole, and then it spin. The wheel went far, bro. I swear. I literally had to walk like about 20 meters to find my back left wheel. Cause the sidewalk just all the damage just come from the sidewalk. The sidewalk just fuck up everything. Cause that's a high sidewalk. So first hand details on the art. Yeah, so that
upon by
back
purely
to Kenneth
associative
Burke.
connections of ideas, we are moved into attacks upon syphilis, prostitution, incest, and other similar misfortunes, which are introduced as a kind of musical argument when he is on the subject of blood poisoning by intermarriage, or in its
I'm perfect.
spiritual equivalent by the infection of Jewish ideas such as democracy. So just talking about how he uses the whole sexual symbolism to run along with those ideas and make it even more heinous and evil, and this is that, and oh, look at this is just, you just want to avoid that, keep your bloodline pure and all this shit. The medicinal appeal of the Jew as a scapegoat operates from another angle. It says Hitler also strongly insists upon the total identification between leader and people. Thus, in wooing the people, he would, in a roundabout way, be wooing himself. The thought might suggest how further dominating the feminine masses by his diction would have an incentive to remain unmarried. Oh my, yo, this is just this is not even a part of it. This sentence goes down here. So this is like something that they added in, bro. You know, a part of the, you know what I'm saying?
You can't you want something.
Did y'all get this? Did y'all get this?
Hitler also strongly insists upon the total identification between leader and people. Thus, in wooing the people, he would be in a roundabout way be wooing himself. The thought might be suggest how the Führer dominating the feminine masses by his dictation would have an incentive to remain unmarried. Okay, so that's like he and he people is one, but it's two separate people. They will worship he like a god, in not worship, but anything he says goes. Anything he says goes. Like they just respect his word to the level of like it's a feminine, so like in a male female relationship, masculine feminine relationship, where the man is the head. She might have a say so or like an opinion in what he does, but over time, what he used to be is like the man has the final word. He's like the boss of the relationship, the family, the group, whatever. He's basically leads them in where they need to go. She respects, adheres, and listens to what he says. But to do that with such a huge amount of people, you will gotta be like, level of charisma. Like, you just gotta be a person. Like, the way you speak, it gotta speak to people to empower them into this. Giving up your life over giving up your life over someone else's belief. A person that you have to have, they have to have a firm grip on your actual beliefs.
Right, the footnote. Did y'all get this?
That we get from that.
Did y'all get this, bro? Bro, listen. Hitler also strongly insists upon the total identification between leader and people. Thus, in wooing the people, he would in a roundabout way be wooing himself. The thought might suggest how the Führer, dominating the feminine masses by his diction, would have an incentive to remain unmarried. Chat, y'all still stuck on the old topic. Move on. Plugged, if you the one that's still stuck on the topic and encouraging the dumb shit, you're just gonna get timed out. Basically, he used seduction. Oh no, obviously. But listen, run it back. All right, let's read it one more time. We right here. This is the footnote. It's not even a part of the what we're reading through the paragraphs. Unmarried to what?
Basically, he used seduction. Like seduction is seduction's a Pokemon move. Hitler used seduction. Alright, back. Now we got all these people to take up arms and fight the Jews and the blacks and whoever else we want under this banner. We gonna all fully respect. Another thing too, yo, Hitler and the Nazi Germans was serious when it comes to just respecting their flag. Like the same he used to like the way how so he like the way how them conduct the society was like if I had to compare it to one thing, I'd compare it to the Spartans for the fact is they had their honor among everything. The Spartans was they would die for their honor, and not them. They would do the same for what they believe in. That was their honor.
Oh God. So this is why you gotta pay attention because it talked about being. Excuse me. Where are we at? Where are we at? It talked about being married into. Where the fuck was I just at? Oh, intermarriage or in its spiritual equivalent by the infection of Jewish ideas such as democracy. Lock in. Listen, this is why I gotta pay attention. Cause now to fucking explain this, I gotta like go back a whole paragraph of the shit. I should just say fuck y'all. I ain't like that. Alright, listen. One sentence at a time, bro. Cause this.
Yeah, we back out. Was a good stream. Hour and like 8 minutes, almost 9. Oh, gonna go here later though. Man's got some things I gotta do, so I can't really start to work.